Good. So, hello everybody, and as usual, thank you for the emails, for the messages on Facebook Messenger, for all the attention that you're giving to this series of videos that I'm putting online. Thank you for the consideration, the criticism, and everything. There's I try to reply directly to the questions that are not strictly related with the Tit Sin Kuen, because I want this series of videos with this playlist to be as focused on Tit Sin Kuen as possible. And so questions about the history of the gym, as Edward, my brother Edward, sent about the old people, Fung Kyu and John Fung, and all the others, the other si-hing of the past. I try to reply directly in the emails, so we don't add too much stuff to these videos, and we try to keep them focused. And this is it. I have had a few emails about the position of the hand, of the palm, when the hand does the palm again, with the issue about what other lineages do. And when they keep the hand, the palm closed. I have nothing to say about that. I respect all the schools, especially the schools that are well settled and authoritative and serious. And so I don't want to say anything about being right or wrong. What I say is that in our school, back in the days, the palm was open, so the hand was right there with the palm facing. I have an explanation that if I keep the palm open, I do not create any static tension on my forearm. And in my opinion, after training this form and the forms and discussing with other people doing other martial arts, what I decided is that a static tension on the muscles that is required for producing gestures that are stereotyped can harm the speed of the movements and the reactivity of the body. So they can harm actually the bridge that we call Lao, so the active, relaxed condition. So I keep on doing what I've been doing this for nearly not half a century, but we're not so far, and I will keep on doing that, and I will respect who does it in a different way, because the beauty of the martial arts is that everybody can practice what he likes and do things as he likes. So there's a thing. Another thing that I had an email that was interesting, because I've been accused, but friendly, I mean, of being always smiling, and and also when I practice the forms, I might not be as serious as others, and I do not have a grin on my face. That is something that we often see in the faces of people demonstrating the martial arts on the YouTube videos. That's it. It's my nature, but also it's the nature of my seafood. And Chan Hon Chung was the Mr. Kindness, and I never saw a grin on his face, even when he was complaining with somebody with usually uh, for business thing, nothing to do with kung fu, but or with patients that didn't follow his indications and stuff. It was rather sad than angry. I haven't seen him angry once in so many years and so much time being with him. And when he showed the style, the art, it was always nice. It was serious, concentrated, but nice. I'm really people doing grins. I don't think it has to do with martial arts. So martial arts, it's a matter of being calm and being relaxed and being ready and being proactive and being confident. So there's no, in my opinion, there's no space for grins. I hope I reply. So let's go back to our Tit Sin Kuen. And we do not want to waste the time because today we have to focus on something that I intentionally skipped when I introduced the fifth section, which is a new translation, a new way of moving. So we have seen in the third section the first translation where we pivot on the rear foot to turn 90 degrees on the right and then 90 degrees on the left, and to create the distance between the feet that keeps our body and our waist well balanced in the middle of the around the attack line. Then we have seen the second way in the fourth section, where we do not use the pivoting of the foot to create the distance, but just we move slightly move the center of balance backwards to lighten just a little the front foot and move it, and while pivot, thanks to the waist pivoting. Then I will I will show them, so it's easier to say. Now, as we've seen in the fifth section, we have 45 degrees divergent attack lines, and the Tit Sin Kuen proceeds adds something even more difficult. So is the idea of fighting on 180 degrees directions without having an unbalanced and not solid and efficient position. So we'll see that while we are turning right and left to do our things on the two directions, we will have to adjust our position, and this will be produced by the waist movements. Okay, so let's start with our salute and let's get into the thing for a while. Hey. Okay. Actually, we have to start our front action of this second section. That goes, which you know. Please remember again what I noticed. I pointed last time before going down, just open left and right or right and left. So that's like a pendulum, you know. And then forward, because your action is there. So you are working here. There's something happening all of a sudden here. So you feel it, your intention, and your son here and there. And then it goes back. I mean, you've seen them, you blocked them, and you're back fighting in front. Okay? So, yes. Wow. Oh. Hey. Okay? Now, we start the third section, and we have the first type of translation. That one that uses pivot of the one foot, of the rear foot, that is induced by the movement of the waist. Hey. Then this. So this again. Pivot, pivot, and pivot. Let me adjust a little the camera so it doesn't cut my feet, because today they are important. Okay. So this is the first, okay? That's how we do our stuff here. We do our stuff there. And we finish, and we are back in the middle. And then we start with the fourth section, okay? Which is oh. Now, as you remember, there is a slight movement of the center of gravity, just enough to let the front foot slide while turning. I am not sliding the leg. I am turning. I am turning my waist, and since I just took off some weight from this foot, this will slide. Okay, so oh, see, it comes from here, and then hey. Now again, this is the same kind of translation, because it's oh. Now I just spin. I just rotate my waist, and this is and sending forward, so it goes there and that back. Okay, so it's oh. Hey. You see, it's just my center of gravity that goes back, and my legs need to follow me. They must follow me. I'm not pushing the legs. I'm moving my center of gravity, and everything moves behind me. Okay? So breathing and talking is not easy. So and let's do it to the other side. So oh, with the center of gravity, rotate. Hey, again. Oh, ready? Hey, again. Wow. Oh, here. Okay, so this was the second way of translating. So the first one was the easy one. So you've got a good measure, here, and you're right. This one was more difficult because you have to, your foot have to be, the weight on your feet must be correct. And so when you turn your hip, everything moves behind. Now we have a third way. When we go to the fifth section, as we've seen, where we have two tricky things. The first is the unicorn step that we've seen that must be as light as possible. Second will be what will happen after the first movement. Okay, let's go and do it. Right? So this, the waist goes there and the legs follow. So there is something there, something there, and what you do is that you move your I'm confused by the camera's cover. And you move your center of weight and you unload this, so it's just there. But when you are here, the idea is that you can go back, So the idea is that you're light. If you want to go back, that's immediately. If you just step there, you're stuck. You cannot go back. You cannot go anywhere. The only thing you can do is go in there. So, hey, then what happens? I reached my first stance, ready for blocking. As we've seen, that's something that we can actualize and put into the real situation, like something like that, every single ball that we synthesize and we conceptualize as hey. But now we have a problem that if we are stuck on this position, so now I have the correct line that is between my feet, and I correctly on the attack line, right feet on right on the attack line, left feet on left. But if I turn from here, and I go here this way, I am out of balance. So I cannot only turn, I need to adjust the position. So how comes? This way. Hey. And again. These are not translation, are adjustments of position. The si-hing from time to time, occasionally, can stay on the same line. In that case, it takes the name of yapsima, which is something like that. But it is when it's just for a short time. Don't. But if you need to turn and do stuff here, and then, and then change, you need to adjust your position. And to adjust your position, again, you have to spin, to rotate your waist, and this will bring the leg out. You are not pushing the leg out. You are pulling your center of gravity a little on the front leg, just for a while, just a little, what's enough to let the leg turn. And so you are in a correct short shaping stance, where your feet lie on the sides of the attack line. Okay? So, because we are dealing with two guys, one there and one there. And to deal with the guy that is attacking, we need a solid, yet active and relaxed and efficient position. So let's do it properly. Okay. Right. Etc. etc. Then at a certain point after doing our stuff, we'll be here and we'll do the country. Okay? So there's something, the bad guy comes from here, and so we'll hey. It's very, I tell you, it's very, very, very difficult to explain with a video because the movement are really subtle. There's if you see the line here, there's really, now I'm here, when I move, I'm there. And you see, I go around the line but just turning my waist and lifting the weight from one foot and another one just a little. So it's just easy to pull the leg where we need to put it. Okay? Again. Hey. This is the new part. You have a new movement, and remember that is a movement that is different because on the second, on the third part we have this, and then we have this that puts us in front. Here we have this, and we go 180 degrees. So, okay. So we need to be as concentrate on our stance as possible because all the trick of the Sin Kuen is here. And as you can start understanding, the Tit Sin Kuen is like the old set is a concentrate of the Hung style. So it starts with things that are more easy to accept, and it ends. This is the last new things, because after these new things we will have the symmetrical part as the second, as the beginning. So we are approaching the end, and at the end things get more complicated. Okay, one more time. I hear somebody, I go here, and you see, if I can, there's no need to do it quick. The important thing is that I do not fall on the leg. So it's just light. Okay? Hey. Let's do the other side. Hey. weight is always on the front of my feet, in spite of the fact that I slightly touch the ground. So I touch the ground with the rear of my feet, but I do not have weight on them. It's the only way you can assume a correct and agile position. Now, question: this is interesting. What kind of bridge could be? I've heard a lot of things. This names the mont that brings the water and the stuff. But this is one of the most difficult and to me most interesting bridges. This is Chin. Chin is, as I've already said, the short punch, okay? The 1-inch punch that is not powerful in terms of pure force. It has a destructive and penetrating energy that must come from the old body. So when you go do this, there's tricks for doing it. First, use your waist. Okay. Then, second, try to do it this way, so you don't do this. It's just that you forget your forearms and think your elbows. Think that you're throwing your elbows and your arms and forehand do not exist. You will have a perfect chin and you can start doing it. Thanks to my good friend Dorilo Rota, I realized that there's a good way to start feeling it is using the other hand as an accelerator, as something to start the process. So it's just, it's just this. And for us, we can use the thing of the ball. The ball is just a way to let the waist do the job. So it's, if we see this thing as a ball, then we have the power that comes out, and the force that you apply is not a matter of muscles. It's all the body that pushes, and your movements, your blows reach the target. Please do not close the ear, do not close the muscle. Let them throw and think you're going through something. This is the only chin bridge that we have in Tit Sin, but it's a wonderful, very interesting, and exceptionally efficient way of training. So I think you have stuff to work on, and audio is good. Can hear you now. Good evening from Czech. Buenas tardes, Raquel. Hispanoramics, buenas tardes. And Kenan, Angelo, blah, blah, blah. All the friends, all brothers, thank you for being here. And please, if you feel up to the standards to practice the Tit Sin Kuen, follow my instruction, what I'm handing down to you, and train it. If you're not You don't need to imitate it. Just try to get the concepts, the basic concepts of the movements, of the waist, on the breathing, on the stuff, and make them yours. And you will see, I promise you, that your Hung Kuen will get better and better and better. So thank you for following, and I'll see you tomorrow as usual. And remember, do not grin, smile, and life will be wonderful also in this horrible, sad period where Kung Fu can give us a good help. Stay home, wash your hands, stay safe.